This is Sunset Vibes TV. Raw.
We have said we have done more for the people of Jamaica over the last 9 years than any previous administration. I don't need to go over it, but we have stabilized the economy. We have reduced serious crimes. We have reduced poverty to its lowest level, brought unemployment to its lowest level, and I could go on and on. But we have also put out a manifesto to say that these are the things that we want to continue to build on, to continue to do more for Jamaicans. Our democracy gives persons the right to determine, to vote, to express themselves. Some have opted not to, others have done so. And at the end of the day, we are the party that they have elected. So my position, our position, is that we accept their vote of confidence in humility, with humility, and our intention is to work harder to continue to win and maintain their confidence, and hopefully to build on where we are currently. In terms of the issues that have come up, to the extent that some persons are dissatisfied, we have an opportunity to address that level of dissatisfaction as a government, and we will continue to work harder so to do.
Senator Johnson Smith, earlier in response to Mahiri's question, you posed a few questions of your own regarding the resignation of Mr. Golding and Dr. Campbell. Is it, just for clarity, is it that you're saying that they should step down?
I'm saying that these are questions that are being asked, and that another explanation as to why they have raised this, why they took the time to call a press conference to make these utterances, like the fact that they're not going to file any magisterial recounts when the time has legally passed for it, and that they have chosen to focus on a constituency that has a consistent voting pattern over years. I'm saying that a likely or a possible reason for this approach could well be to avoid the questions that are being asked in several quarters. And I stated them already. Thank you.
And my final question, I believe the PNP recently called for an independent inquiry into the election following reports of long wait times. Does the JLP agree with this call, one? And two, do you subscribe to the school of thought that these issues on election day may have played into the low voter turnout that we would have seen last Wednesday?
I believe Chris had commented initially in his opening comments about the matter of the call by the PNP for an independent inquiry, alluding to it as a smokescreen. But if he has any follow-up comments, I invite him to make them.
Well, I'd only add that there is automatically a period of review after every election. I believe the Electoral Commission will engage that review. Both members representing both political organizations, as well as the independent members, will be a part of that review. The JLP is still, assessing. We are confident enough, and as certified by the Electoral Commission, that the JLP won the election decisively, and we are looking forward to serving as a government into the third term. Beyond that, any review that takes place will consider all factors, and that has to be allowed, that process has to be allowed. What we will not accept and we reject, whether it is implied or it is stated, as came out at the PNP's conference, is that somehow their chance of winning the election was because of either malpractices, vote buying, or slowness of voting. We're not accepting that at all. And the Electoral Commission clearly has not accepted that. And it would be an insult to the Jamaican people, and it's certainly a discredit to the PNP to push that narrative when what the people want now is how we're going to continue to solve their problems.
Absolutely.
And that's what we are focused on. Yeah. Getting our Prime Minister duly inaugurated, our ministers, based on his own judgment, a cabinet constituted, and the rest of us as supporting team members, supporting the government in a collaborative way for the benefit of the people of Jamaica. And that's why I say the PNP needs to clear wounds and go behind closed doors and reflect and kind of wheel and come again. Guess what? We've all been there. Take it from a man who was lost by 13 votes and won by nearly 5,000. I've seen and experienced the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory. Political organizations are there too. But what you don't do is cry sour grapes and pretend as if the people did not speak, because they have spoken. And I think that's what I think they need to focus on, rather than this kind of, well, you know what I mean.
I want to just add to the point made by Dr. Tufton that I think we have to be very careful about respecting our institutions. I'm not sure how many of you followed the report of the head of the CARICOM Electoral Observer Mission here. But she said Jamaica's model, or Jamaica's electoral system, is a model for the world, and it's a model for the region. And as they are here observing, they are learning and looking at things that can be done throughout the region to improve their own systems based on ours. We have strong institutions, and a part of that is because they are respected. The people who participate in them, both the political representatives and the independents, operate with a level of integrity that allows the system to function with reviews and continued learning from its processes. Part of that is also having international observation. So we had the CARICOM mission here. We had the OAS mission here. We also had CAFE. All of these bodies have said that the election was well run, that there was no hiccup and no irregularity, no issue that would have affected the result in any way. And it was one to be recognized as a successful election. And it's in that context that it's so surprising that the PNP would still want to bring this position in calling for an independent review. Are they saying that CAFE is not a sound institution? Are they saying that CARICOM should not send electoral missions because their report is not sound? Are they saying that of the OAS electoral mission, observation mission? What are they saying? I think Jamaica needs to really take a step back and start to evaluate what the approach that the PNP has to national issues like institutions and like democracy. They say one thing and then they undermine right beside it, and it is unhealthy and disappointing. And I really am hopeful that that they will introspect, notwithstanding having had a press conference, that they'll introspect and maybe take some advice as to whether this is in fact the best route for Jamaica and the best route even for them as a party at this time.
And just before we close, another narrative pushed by the PNP during their media conference was that this was a close election. Yeah. No doubt that narrative was pushed by Mark and Date in a bid to stave off talk in their party about a potential challenge or a calls for new leadership in their party. But a couple of facts must be placed on the table. The Jamaica Labour Party won the election by a comfortable 7 seats. We won the popular vote by over 10,000. And every political pundit who knows politics in Jamaica will know that there are several seats that you look to in a general election to decide or to evaluate where the election is going. I'll list about 9 of them, and in all 9, the Jamaica Labour Party won decisively. Whether you call it weather vane seats or swing seats, the Jamaica Labour Party prevailed decisively. East Rural St. Andrew won by over 800 votes. Southwest St. Elizabeth won by 1,240 votes. West St. Mary, the Jamaica Labour Party prevailed by over 900 votes. And there are a number of them, including West Central St. James. The Jamaica Labour Party won by 700 votes. If you look to St. Anne Southwest, the Jamaica Labour Party won by over 2,170 votes. St. Anne Northwest, the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate, Crystal Lee, won by over 500 votes. So the attempt by Baden Campbell and Mark Golding to suggest that this was a close election and they just fell short is another bid by the PNP to pull the wool over the eyes of the people of Jamaica. And some clarity must be had. This was not a close election. The people of Jamaica decisively rejected the lies and misinformation from the PNP and chose the party of Dr. Andrew Holness, the Jamaica Labour Party, which has been putting forward policies which are in the best interest of Jamaica. On that note, we thank the people of Jamaica again for their support. We thank them for supporting the Jamaica Labour Party, for choosing Jamaica, and for choosing the Jamaica Labour Party. Thank you much to members of the media who attended this media conference, and for those of you in Jamaica and overseas who tuned in. We appreciate your listenership and your viewership. Have a very good afternoon.